Hello there, carers. It's Charlie here again, and this is a short meditation in mindfulness that you can do with your eyes open at some point during the day when you need a little break. So mindfulness can help us get into a different mode of being. It can shift gear out of that kind of relentless doing activity to a more spacious state of mind that takes in your surroundings, opens up the senses, feels more, notices more, smells more, tastes more, etc. So this is an exercise that you can do with an object. So it might be something that you have around the house. I'm going to do it with a white rose, which I've found here at the Buddha Center. And you could also do it with a cup of tea or a biscuit or something like that. It's really anything that's going to open up the senses to you. So I'll just guide us through a little meditation. So I'd suggest you pause this video and go and find your object of choice. Good, so I hope you found your object. So first of all, I just invite you to close your eyes and just begin to notice the breath in the body. So noticing when you breathe in, your chest and belly expands, and when you breathe out, it subsides. So just doing that for 3 breaths. Okay, so already you might begin to feel a little bit more settled. And now you can turn to the object that you've chosen and just begin to look at it. So you might want to turn it in your hand, hold it up to the light perhaps. Notice all the different colours and shapes and shadows of this particular object. So you can zoom right in to the fine details and then zoom out again to have a broader picture of the object. So just like as if you were in an art gallery, taking in a wonderful piece of art, noticing all the tiny details, the beauty, the craft. And then if you like, you can see if the object has a smell. Closing your eyes if you want to. Just breathing in the smell of the particular object, if it has one. And then you can begin to use a sense of touch to notice the texture. Feel around the contours of the object. Does it have a rough side or a smooth side? What does it feel like to hold and touch the object? Is it warm or cold? Perhaps you'd like to place it against the skin on your face, just to have a bit more of a sense. And all the time with the breath, feeling into the body as you take in this particular object. Now if you've got something edible or a cup of tea, I'm not going to eat this rose, but if you were there at home with a biscuit, for example, you could then begin to taste the particular thing you've got. So just slowly putting it in your mouth, beginning to chew, or if it's a cup of tea, taking a sip, and just keeping that in your mouth for a while, and just notice the sensations of taste. Do they change at all? What's that like? To really pay attention in the moment. And if you find yourself distracted thinking about something else, then just come back to the breath in the body. So closing your eyes again, and then noticing the impression that that object and paying attention to that object has left with you. Now just a memory. staying with that experience for a little moment. And then something I like to do is begin to reflect a little bit on how this object has come to be and come to be in my hand right now. All the different people and elements involved in, this rose being grown and produced and picked and chosen and then placed over there in the vase. All the people and the connections, the interconnectedness that your particular object will have its own story. So perhaps think about that for a little while and just notice the effect that that has when you reflect in that way. Do you feel more connected? And coming back to the breath in the body, noticing again how you feel, perhaps holding on to your belly, breathing into your belly and out of your belly. And just noticing what effect that has had, that little practice, on your mind, on your body. And of course that's something that you can do at any point during your day. I challenge you to eat your dinner this evening with that same attention, paying attention to each and every morsel of food, each bite, reflecting on how your food has been grown and packaged up and bought in the supermarket and cooked onto your plate. Perhaps you cooked the dinner yourself. And I wish you well with that practice. It's something that I try to do every day if I can, have an appreciation for the things around me and have a sense of the connectedness of all of life. Even when we're feeling lonely or isolated, there's still connection there.